Are you having a tough time staying on top of your diet so you can hit your weight loss goals? If you are, in this video, I'm gonna show you 5 simple and easy tips that help make staying on track a lot easier. What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna cover 5 simple tips that'll help make staying on track with your diet a lot easier. Sometimes it's very easy to get overwhelmed with the process of tracking your food, exercising when you need to, making sure you pick healthier choices. And when you get overwhelmed, it can be a little frustrating and make the process harder than it needs to be. So by the end of this video, you're going to know a few different ways that'll make the whole process a lot easier for you. Also, if you're new to my videos and new to my channel, I put out about 1 fitness video per week. So if you want to keep getting updates for these types of videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. So the first thing that's going to make your life a lot easier is investing in a food scale. Now, this wasn't really much of an investment. It was $10. So having a food scale of some sort is going to make your life so much easier, because then you'll know exactly how much you're eating, and it makes making meals a lot easier as well. So for example, if you're making a meal, you can easily just set an item on the scale itself and then turn it on. So then it's going to read 0. So that way you can accurately actually figure out how much you're pouring out of a certain item. So if you're having egg whites, for example, you can easily throw it on there, 0 it, and measure out how much you actually need. So I would highly recommend getting a scale. You don't need a super expensive one. Just a cheap one like this goes a long way. I think I got this 2 years ago. It was 10 bucks and it's perfectly fine. This is gonna make staying on top of your portions a lot easier, especially those foods that are tough to kind of measure out. Just measure the grams or the ounces, whichever you prefer, and then you can enter it into MyFitnessPal, and then there you go. And if you do want some good tips on MyFitnessPal, I'm gonna link my MyFitnessPal video up here where I show you cool ways to track your macro intakes, your protein, fats, and carbs, and also how to measure your portion sizes in MyFitnessPal. So the second thing that you're gonna want is some whey protein. Now, the reason that I'm including this as a tip is because it makes your life easier. Sometimes life gets busy and we don't always have time to make some meals. So having some whey of some sort will allow you to increase the protein intake of a meal. You can easily whip together a shake in the morning and drink it within a few minutes and be out of your house. Also, when it comes to whey protein, I often add it to foods to increase the protein intake. So that way I'll be a little more full after the meal. So I'll often add it to my oatmeal and my yogurt just to help myself out a little bit more. You can also add this to recipes and a lot of different desserts. Like I've done those homemade protein Timbits or microwave cakes. Adding some whey protein is a great way to get a really high protein dessert that fits your macros, and it will help you avoid eating the unhealthier option of those items. So go get a whey protein. If you want to know the differences, I'll link my whey protein video up here. You kind of learn a little more about it, but really any whey protein, you don't need anything crazy expensive, will be a beneficial addition to your kitchen and your weight loss diet. So the next useful thing you can do is have a journal. So why do you need a journal? This is going to allow you to actually keep track of everything that you're doing. You can write down your meals, you can write down your workouts, you can write down how you're feeling, if you're feeling like crappy, if you're in a good mood, a bad mood, how your day's going, and also how your progress is going. Because when it comes to seeing progress, seeing results, if you have no data to refer to, and if it's all kind of up here, nothing's actually written down, it's really easy to forget what you've done. So if you really want to see improved progress and see more results, being able to refer back to what you've been doing and also how you've reacted to it, how you felt, is going to allow you to actually accurately pull from that data and figure out, okay, what do I need to change? What do I need to swap around? Oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't eat that food because I didn't react well to it. Maybe these workouts are going well. Anything like that. So it's going to allow you to see more progress and more results. Having a journal too is really good for accountability as well. So writing things down at the end of the day, it's not just remembering, oh, okay, I didn't get my workout in, and it's just kind of a thought in your head. When you have to physically write it down, it's a whole different thing because you do have to keep track of it. So if you didn't do something, or if you did something good, it's a great opportunity to write it down to help yourself improve. So the next one that's going to make your life a lot easier is frozen veggies. These are a staple in my diet. They make my life easy, and I'm kind of lazy some days when it comes to cooking. I don't want to spend a lot of time. So if you're someone that doesn't have a lot of time, you don't want to spend your time cooking veggies or boiling foods or what have you. So the nice thing with these is you can just put them in a container, microwave them for 3 or 4 minutes, and there you go. You have some vegetables. So I usually either get spinach or edamame. You can get mixed veggies, beans, whatever you prefer. And it's a great way to add some more volume to your meals, get you more nutrients and more fiber, which will help fill you up after a meal. So get yourself some frozen veggies. They're gonna save you a lot of time in the kitchen. Also, if you're somebody that's a little picky as well and you're having trouble getting vegetables in, these things last forever. So if you don't end up eating them, they're gonna be fine in the freezer and it's not gonna cost you any more money. So in the long run, it's gonna save you a little bit of money too, because you're not going to be wasting anything or throwing anything out. And this brings us to our last one, and that is having some low calorie, high protein, different food options. So some of my favorites, I have them here. We have egg whites. These are an excellent addition to have. So whenever you're making eggs, I also pour in some egg whites in there. So very low calorie. It's literally just protein. Super easy way to add some more protein to your diet, which will help fill you up a lot more. Also having things like a low fat Greek yogurt. I always opt for the plain version because this is gonna have a lot less, slightly less calories in it, and there's also a lot less sugar. So in this, there's 6 grams of sugar. So this is a 2% one. I usually get the 0% one, but the 0% one's usually only about 100 calories, 17 grams of protein, and like 6 carbs, which is excellent. So if you're ever hungry late at night, you can have a serving of this, even mix in half a serving of your whey protein. There you go. Super high protein, very filling snack that's going to be very low in calories. Also finding different high protein versions of kind of everyday foods that you would eat. For example, these protein wraps. These are some of my favorites. If you want to check out the quesadilla recipe, I'll link it up here, that I made the other month using these wraps. These are an excellent way to keep your calories down, but keep the fullness up. So the great thing with these is that one wrap, it has 10 grams of protein, but it also has 8 grams of fiber. So having something like this is going to help fill you up a lot more than like a standard tortilla. So getting different high protein versions of things, sometimes there's high protein versions of yogurt. It's literally the same exact Greek yogurt. It's just kind of rebranded and it costs more money. So that's a bit of a tip to save you a bit at the grocery store. So opting for these different high protein, low calorie foods, even something like a low fat cheese is an excellent option as well. That's going to be a lot lower in fat, lower in calories, but it's also going to give you a good protein source and a really good calcium source in your meals. So that way you can eat a little bit more and it's not more calorie wise. So get some high protein, low calorie versions of foods. So that way you're gonna be more full after eating your meals, which is going to make things a lot easier. So you're gonna be able to stay on track. And if you're hungry late at night, you can easily whip together a snack that'll keep you full and not cause you to really go over too much on your calories. So let me know down below in the comments if you found any of these tips helpful, and let me know if you do these as well. And if there's any that I missed, I know I only covered 5, but if there's any in particular that you do that I didn't cover in this video, feel free to share them with everybody down below in the comments so that way they can get some more useful ideas to make their dieting easier. So hopefully you found these tips useful and it's going to make your life a little bit easier after today. So thanks for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you guys next time.